Hello, this is Ravi Pondurangan, Senior Faculty for Physics. At the outset, I would like to convey my sincere appreciation for the magnanimity of mind for the CBSE board to make the student to challenge the questions if necessity arises. I would like to bring to the notice of the board regarding a problem, question number 29 in code H, a problem based on prism. Angle of incidence I1 is given as 35, I2 is 79, deviation is 40, from which we can get angle of the prism as 74. When the student tries to calculate the value of mu, he writes sine I1 by sine R1 equal to sine I2 by sine A minus R1, because R2 is nothing but A minus R1. So here the unknown is only R1. So he will calculate R1 and it comes to 25.64 and R2 comes to 48.36, and therefore the value of mu is sine 35 by sine 25.64, it comes to 1.3. And similarly on the other side he gets sine 79 by sine 48.36, that also comes to 1.3, and of course that is the answer actually, and he finds there is no option there and he thinks that somewhere is doing mistake. So he may skip over to the next problem because there is a negative marking also. So this is one of the reasons for the board to consider for add score. The next reason is, suppose the student has chosen say 1.5 as mu, and if he calculates R1 sine 35 by sine R1 equal to 1.5, from which he gets R1 as 22.4 and he gets R2, that is A minus R1, which is 51.6, and he finds that it is more than critical angle. Critical angle comes to 42 after calculation. So in that case there should not be an emergent ray. He should not get an emergent ray. But in the question there is an emergent ray. And again he feels that he is going wrong somewhere. And he may skip over to the next problem, leaving it, in spite of him knowing the problem correctly. This is another reason for the board to consider for add score. The third reason is, a student sometimes can check what is the minimum angle of incidence for which an emergent ray is possible, for which we have a formula sin I equal to root of mu square minus 1 sin I minus cos A. Suppose he substituted 1.5, he gets I to be nearly 52 degrees. That means for all the values of angles of incidence more than 52 degrees only, we can get an emergent ray. Of course 79 that side is possible, 35 this side is not possible. This implies that 35 does not fall on the ID curve, 79 falls on the ID curve. Reversibility of the ray, even if we check, I1 and I2 should be more than 52 if it is 1.5. This is another reason for the board to consider for add score, because he finds that angle of incidence 35 is given, but he will notice that it should be more than 52, and again he will assume that he is doing mistake somewhere. So these are the reasons for the board to consider for add score. All these points I have mentioned only for the benefit of the student community. It's not to point out any mistakes actually, the minor issues in the problem. But students should not suffer, and he should not feel that in spite of knowing the problem, he has left the problem and gone to the next problem, because there is a negative score, negative marking also. For these reasons, I hope CBSE board will have a good magnanimity of mind to consider for add score. Thank you.